Hey guys, today we're diving into one of the most controversial and confusing topics in the entire solar world, solar shingles. Are they a brilliant future of home energy, a sleek, invisible technology that finally replaces traditional solar panels? Or are they an expensive experiment that looks incredible in marketing photos but struggles in real-world homes? This video will give you a clear answer. We're gonna break down the hype, the history, the technology, and the numbers. You will see real costs, real performance differences, real installation challenges, and the huge gap between Tesla's marketing promises and their actual production. We're also gonna compare Tesla's solar roof with GAF Timberline solar shingles, which are currently the only other two mainstream options with any real traction. Also, before we jump in, do me a quick favor. If you do enjoy content like this, hit like, tap subscribe, and comment below. Let me know your thoughts on the solar shingles overall. Your engagement helps my channel grow so much. So thank you in advance. Now let's get right to the video. So let's talk about the promise of solar shingles. They sound like a perfect solution, a roof that looks sleek, clean, modern, and generates solar power without single visible panel. No bulky racking, no exposed wires, nothing sticking up on the roof. Just beautiful shingles blending perfectly with your home. Now, this idea has existed actually for decades. Since the 1990s, companies have been trying to create perfect integrated roof. Every few years, a new brand will announce it and said that they finally cracked the code, and basically every time the pattern is pretty much the same. Extremely expensive, complicated to install, low efficiency, and pretty much impossible to service long term. But then Tesla entered the story. Tesla made solar shingles cool. Suddenly the whole world is paying attention. I remember that day when they announced it, and Tesla promised a roof that is gonna look premium, will produce clean energy, and will last for 25 years or more. So for the first time, people actually believe that solar shingles might be ready for the real world. But are they? So when Tesla launched the solar roof in 2016, the hype was massive. The roof looked like something out of a futuristic luxury home, gorgeous glass tile, no visible solar, a roof that could withstand hail, wind, and fire. And Elon Musk promised Tesla would be installing 1,000 of these per week. Now that never happened. In reality, Tesla's solar division has struggled to scale the solar roof since the day it launched. The system is incredibly complex to manufacture and even harder to install. So instead of doing 1,000 jobs per week, Tesla has often hovered over 20 to 30 installations per week, and that's for the entire country. So thousands of customers have reported delays, unexpected price increases, last-minute cancellation, and long periods of zero communication. Now, in many states, Tesla quietly stopped offering the solar roof altogether. Then there's the cost. So Tesla originally hinted that solar roof would compete with the price of a standard roofing plus solar, but the real numbers are nowhere near that. So for most homes, a Tesla solar roof costs between $50,000 to $100,000 or more. For many roofs with lots of angles or complexities, the price can be even higher. I've seen quotes of $250,000. Now this is 2 to 5 times the cost of installing traditional solar panels plus a high-quality asphalt or metal roof. And the efficiency just is not there. Solar shingles must lie flat, they can't be angled toward the sun, they can't be tilted for seasonal changes, they must follow the exact slope of your existing roof, even if that slope is pretty terrible for solar. This alone reduces the production. Then there's the heat. Solar panels need airflow to stay cool. The cooler it is, the more production you get. Now, the hotter they get, the less they produce. Tesla shingles sit flush against the roof and get significantly hotter, especially in states like Texas, Florida, and Arizona. Heat equals lower production, meaning you pay more and basically generate less. But the biggest concern for many homeowners is actually the service. That's my biggest concern. So the solar roof is 100% proprietary. Only Tesla can fix it. If a shingle breaks 12 years from now, you have to hope that Tesla still makes or has some leftover of those exact shingles that support them and still has trained crews available in your area to consider doing that replacement for you. Now, that's a huge long-term risk because what are you going to do? Leave one shingle off the roof? So yes, the Tesla solar roof is absolutely beautiful. It's extremely durable as roofing product, but financially for most homeowners, it simply doesn't make sense. Now, let's look at their main competitor, GAF Timberline Solar. Now, GAF is not a tech company. They are a roofing company, one of the biggest roofing manufacturers in the world. Their brand is on millions of homes. You probably could have that. So when they introduced their Timberline Solar, the approach was completely different from Tesla's. So instead of creating an all-glass luxury roof requiring specialized installers, GAF created a nailable solar shingle, literally nailable. A standard roofing crew could install these solar shingles using a nail gun, just like they do when they do a regular roof. So this is GAF's biggest advantage. Any GAF certified roofing contractor can, in theory, install their solar roof. Now, that means less labor bottlenecks, shorter installation timelines, better access to local service, long-term support, and their shingles produce around 45 to 60 watts each, depending on the model. Now, that is definitely lower than Tesla shingles and significantly lower than a traditional solar panel, but the installation is far simpler. Now, the biggest selling point is that GAF already has huge nationwide network. Now, this means if you ever need service or warranty support, you are dealing with an established roofing company that's been around for over 100 years, not a tech company that may or may not stay in business and committed to the solar product, which is another thing that I honestly think they might just pull out of the solar portion themselves. But Timberline Solar still shares the same fundamental issues as solar shingles have. They run hot, they cannot be angled for maximum production, they cost more than the panels while producing less energy. So it's pretty much the same story, just a better company to trust. This is not the first time that the solar industry has tried building solar into roofing. More than 10 companies have attempted this before, Tesla and GAF, and almost all of them failed. The problems were always the same. Very high manufacturing cost, complex installation, low efficiency, overheating, limited replacement parts, no third-party service options, and finally, companies going bankrupt and basically leaving homeowners stranded for support. So understanding this history is very important because it shows that the idea itself is not new. What's new, it's simply the branding and the attention. The technical challenges haven't changed much, and I don't think they will anytime in the future. So now let's talk about solar versus solar shingles. So if you really care about the return on an investment, there's absolutely no comparison. Solar panels win 100%. They are cheaper, more efficient, produce more energy, they stay cooler thanks to them being raised off the roof, they can be placed on the best roof surfaces, they are easier to maintain, most installers can maintain them, and they have more consistent warranties. They can, like I said, be serviced by many different companies. So a normal solar system on a home usually costs anywhere between $20,000 and $30,000 before incentives. A solar shingle roof often costs 2 to 5 times the amount and produces less power. So even if you need a new roof, it's usually far cheaper to install an asphalt or a metal roof and then add solar panels on top of it. You'll get more energy for less money. Your payback period will be shorter, your long-term output will be higher, and there's almost no scenario where solar shingles outperform panels financially. Maintenance is another winning point for panels. If a single panel fails, you can replace one panel. If a single solar shingle fails, you may need to remove an entire section of the roof. And then what if they don't have the replacement? Expansion is easier with solar panels. If you buy an electric car in 3 years and need more solar, you can add more panels. With shingles, that is basically impossible without redoing the roof. So is anyone there who should consider doing solar shingles? So solar shingles are not a mass market solution. They are a premium, design-driven choice. They make sense for specific homeowners. Solar shingles are for you if you absolutely hate the look of solar panels, you live in a luxury neighborhood with very, very strict HOA rules, you're already replacing the entire roof, aesthetics matter to you more than return on the investment, and you're basically comfortable paying more for a clean, seamless look, then solar shingles might be appealing to you, and you might be the person who loves being on the cutting edge of home technology and using that cool new stuff. But if your top priority is savings, ROI, reliability, and long-term serviceability, then panels are an obvious choice. Solar shingles are not a failed concept. They are a beautiful concept. They would absolutely work. Now, they generate power, and for the right homeowner, they can be incredibly satisfying. But they're also not a smart investment for most people, at least not yet. Let me know what you think about solar shingles. Do you think they're actually coming in the near future? And if you found this breakdown helpful, make sure to hit like and subscribe and drop a comment down below telling me whether you think solar shingles will ever become mainstream. I want to know your thoughts. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video.